this is the question on Brayton cycle, ideal Brayton cycle. So given here 1, 2, 3, 4 is the actual cycle going on. 1 to 2s and 3 to 4s are imaginary isentropic compression and expansion. The cycle is working between two pressure limits, which is this one high pressure, this represents high pressure, this is low pressure line. Now given data is pressure ratio is given because they are working between two pressure limits. Rp is equal to 12 pressure ratio. Initial pressure is 100 kilopascal. Initial temperature T1 is 303 Kelvin. T4 temperature is turbine exit temperature, which is here, turbine exit. Volumetric flow rate at inlet of compressor, that is here, is 2.5 meter cube per second. Now isentropic efficiency of compression is given 82% and of turbine is 88%. We have to find net work output or net power output, you can say, back work ratio and thermal efficiency. Now for this calculation, variable specific heat has to be considered. Okay, so from given data, that is at temperature T1, by seeing the air table or the property table for air, the specific enthalpy would be 303.208 kilojoule per kg. Relative pressure is 1.43556. Now 1 to 2 is isentropic, so the ratio of relative pressures must be equal to the ratio of actual pressures. So by substituting the values here, P2s or P1 is the pressure ratio between the two limits, right? Pressure ratio. So by substituting the value, we can get the pressure ratio at relative pressure value at 2s, which is 17.22672. Now comparing this value on table by doing little interpolation, we get enthalpy at 2s 616.77 kilojoule per kg. Now isentropic efficiency of compression is given, and it is equal to ideal work input, actual work input. Actual work input would always be greater than ideal one. So ideal one or isentropic one. So 0.82 is equal to 616.77 minus 303.208 divided by H2 minus 303.208. Solving this, we get the actual specific enthalpy at exit of compressor, 685.606 kilojoule per kg. Now from the given data, T4 is given, which is 773 Kelvin, right? So putting the value, comparing the value on the table, air table, we get the specific enthalpy there at 4 would be 792.38, and similarly relative pressure would be 41.92. Now isentropic efficiency of turbine would be actual work output by turbine, that is H3 minus H4 divided by isentropic work output by turbine, H3 minus H4s. Putting all these values, the known values would be 0.88 isentropic efficiency, H3 minus H4 is known, 792.38 divided by H3 minus H4s. Now just combining the equation accordingly, we get, just putting the denominator would come in multiplication to 0.88. We get this and this on the right hand side. Now rearranging them, we get this 0.12 H3 plus 0.88 H4s is equal to 792.38 So this equation involves two unknown, H3 enthalpy at 3 and enthalpy at imaginary 4s. Since the temperature at 3 and 4s is not given, so we cannot directly calculate the enthalpy at 3 and 4s. We have to use some trial and error method. But first, 3 to 4s is isentropic, so the ratio, relative pressure ratio to the actual pressure ratio would be written like this: PR3 by PR4s, P3 by 4s. So relative pressure at 3 ratio relative pressure at 4s must be equal to 12. Now we have to use the trial and error method. So what we do here is we choose a suitable temperature, suitable imaginary temperature at the exit of turbine, that is 4s. So let's just assume that T4s is 700K. Okay, so accordingly from the table we can see pressure ratio, relative pressure would be 28.8. Now from this equation, relative pressure at 3 would be 345.6. H4s enthalpy at 4s would directly at temperature this 700K would be 713.27 kJ per kg, and H3s, by comparing PR3 on the table by doing little interpolation, we get H3. This, now we know these values, assumed value, these are just assumed values. So if we put these values in equation 1, so putting these values in equation 1, so if the assumed value comes out to be, by solving this left hand side comes out to be equal to right hand side, so these values are correct. If not, we have to do again and again. The trial and error method would be continuous until the LHS is equal to RHS. So putting H3 and H4 there in equation 1, we get LHS equal to 797.136, and here LHS is 792.38. So they are not equal. So we have to consider another, again, next trial method. So here we see that for 700K the value is more. So let's take a little lower temperature at 4s. So 4s pressure, relative pressure, all these can be seen and calculated. Now putting these values, we get 785.26, which is less than 792.2. So it means that 4s must lie between 690 and 700K. Yeah. So let's just take the average of those temperatures, 695, and just calculate these, and putting these values H3 and H4s, we get 791.2. Still it is not equal to 792. Whatever there was, 792.38. Yeah. So from here we can say that 4s must lie between 695 and 700 Kelvin. So let's just assume the mean temperature 697.5. So all the values calculated, we get 794, which is more than 792.38. So again, from here we can say that 4s would lie between this and this limits, that is 695 and 697.5. So if we take the again average, so 696.25, and taking the temperature of 4s, so all these values calculated, putting this value in, we get 792.69, which is still a little more than 792.38. So it means 4s must lie between this 696.25 and 697.5, this one. So taking the average 695.625, putting all the values in, we get LHS, which is still not equal to the 792.38. So from here we can see that it must lie between this and this. So 4s must lie between 695.625 and 696.25. Taking average 695.97 T4. T4s put seeing all these values from the table and putting values on the equation, we get 792.38, which is quite close to the required value, which is 792.38. So we can choose this value. So the imaginary temperature at the exit of turbine would be 695.9375 Kelvin, and equation 1 would satisfy for this value. So the H3 value, that is in specific enthalpy at the entry to the turbine, would be 1404.05 kilojoule per kg. Now we know all the enthalpies. H3 no, H1 no, H2 no, and H4 is known. Now we have to find the net work output or net power output. So first we have to find the mass flow rate considering idle gas. P1 V1 equal to MRT1. M is mass flow rate, V is volume flow rate. So putting these values on these known values here, we get 2.8748 kg per second is the mass flow rate. Now net power output would be mass flow rate into turbine work output minus work required by compressor, H2 minus H1. So putting these values in, all these values in, we get net work output to be 659 kilowatts. Now back work ratio, BWR. Back work ratio is the ratio of work required by compressor and work done by turbine. So work required by compressor would be mass flow rate into H2 minus H1, and mass flow rate into H3 minus H4. Mass flow rate is cancelled, so putting all these values here, we get the back work ratio would be 0.625. Similarly, the thermal efficiency is defined as net work output, net power output divided by net heat input, heat rate, net heat rate. Net heat rate is from 2 to 3 and is given as mass flow rate into H3 minus H2. Now we know all the values. Putting all these values, we get enthalpy 31.9%.